Hi there, Love Island fans. Welcome to our penultimate deep dive into Love Island.
No.
I know it's nearly over. I'm Vicky Newman, assistant showbiz editor for The Mirror, and as you can see, oh hold on, is that side? I'm joined by our wonderful resident expert, Marcel Somerville. How are you doing, Marcel?
I'm not too bad, Vic. Not too bad. Just got back from Portugal, but I was still watching Love Island out there because you've got to do it. You know what I mean? You can't miss a moment.
Oh, somebody's got the Hub Plus. I'm the big spender.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you couldn't have missed anything because, again, what a week it's been. We're so close to the final now, and oh my God, the drama that has been happening in these last few days. I mean, could you even enjoy your holiday? Were you not just stressed?
Do you know what? Do you know what? Like I find a way. Like after the show's finished, I turn myself off. I shut myself off from it because I can't let it ruin the vibes. Because there has been so much ups and downs and so many truths being exposed, and I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. But yeah, like it's like it has been it's been an intense show ever since Casa Amor. I feel like they just every week has just been crazy.
Definitely. I mean, Casa Amor's always quite dramatic and always, sort of outs people's true intention, maybe things like that. But this year, like, oh my God, like you say, ever since then, there's just been hell on, hasn't it?
Literally, it's been nuts. And it's always the couples you don't really expect things to blow up and turn how they've turned, but all of the couples just seem to be losing their minds in there. Like I literally feel like they're all losing their heads.
It's crazy. While you're watching, everyone, share your thoughts with ask for questions. Like, look, Jo here has got involved. She's saying, has anyone noticed that it's more or less the OGs who have survived the series? I mean, that is often the case, I feel, isn't it?
It's always the case. It's always the case. And I'll let you into a little secret. As soon as Casa Amor's done, because there are always some Casa Amor people left in there, the producers find ways to get them out. Like all of the challenges, all of the votes, all of those things are just to get those people out, because the whole show is based around the OG cast. If you're an OG cast member and you don't make it to the final, it's because you didn't do your job right. The OG cast members like Faye, Kaz, Liberty, Jake, they're all there to like they're who the producer said, you know what, like I really think he's gonna do well, I really think she's gonna do well. And if you do well, you've done amazing. Millie and Liam are one of the strongest couples, and they weren't OGs. They came in a couple of weeks later, but they obviously introduced them in there because they knew that they had the potential to do something. Like if you get in there late, you don't really get a chance to shine, because the people that have been in there before you, they've already built up their fans on the outside, so you're competing with them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I do think it's interesting to like kind of ponder how the producers make those decisions. Like, obviously, all these people apply. How do they decide who should go in first? How do they decide who's going to be a bombshell? I mean, they clearly know what they're doing, because there's always drama either way.
I think in the first column that I read, I basically said like the OG cast members, like you've got to kind of see it as like a soap opera. They're the ones that have been in there from the start of the show, and all the bombshells and the other people that get introduced, they're semi like they're supporting cast members. You know what I mean? They're supporting roles in the show, because like the producers will know, all right, cool, Kaz might not have someone in there for her now, but we've got Tyler lined up and we've got this person lined up who will probably be her type, but we need to just see how she gets through these couple of weeks, because everyone starts rooting for you if you've got no one in there. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's happened for me in the first couple of weeks. Everyone was rooting for me to like find someone. Then they sent in Gabby, and then it turned into like I had a person to kind of like go on my journey with. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the producers know how to do that in order to have a bit of drama, a bit of like, really, won't he? The hope was there. Hugo had so much hope for him. Then it got to a point when everyone was just like, Hugo don't want anyone. Like, let's get him out. Do you know what I mean? Like that's basically what happened.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Lewis has got a very interesting question here, just to explain the background. Although everybody's obviously seen every episode of Love Island, so there's no need. But as we know, last night there was a lot of like arguing going on in the villa, all because of this vote that the islanders, each couple had to choose the two couples that they felt were the least compatible. And then obviously after the vote, you know, was revealed who was in the bottom, everyone started kind of questioning the other islanders, didn't they? And like a lot of people were upset about being voted. And one of the big arguments came between Aaron and Kaz. Lewis is wondering if Aaron fancies Kaz, and is that why he went off her, like, you know?
Nah, I don't think he does. I think it's literally a situation where that vote right there is a really hard vote, because like if you're being real, you're gonna vote like if you're being real and you're voting for the person who is least compatible, you're gonna basically put Priya in there, Priya and Brett, and then the other ones you'll be picking just based off of your feelings, innit? Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, you do kind of feel like there should be a bit of loyalty in there. If you've been in there for a long time and you've made friends with these people, like you don't expect them to vote you out. You would expect from a viewer's point of view, you'd be like, oh cool, it's obviously gonna be Brett and Priya and Aaron and Mary going because they're the newest ones. But I feel like Aaron and Mary do have a strong connection, but the fact that Kaz didn't vote for Priya and Brett when everyone knew that Priya and Brett were not a couple. They weren't a thing like
she even said during that date that she'd got the ick. And
exactly, she had told everyone. She had told everyone.
Again, if it was like on the outside, like she probably made a mistake then, didn't she? And I think it's interesting because obviously everyone's going on this show has watched it before, haven't they? And it's always on this night when they do this like couples 3-course dinner that they have to make.
It's like they're oblivious to it.
But they seem to forget. So they're all sitting there and she's like going, oh, I don't fancy Brett anymore. I've got the ick. Oh, he's so boring. And like didn't seem to consider that, hold on, in 5 minutes time, people are going to be asked to choose like the least compatible couples. Why would you say that to everyone?
She's obviously not thought about it. And I feel like the moment when people start doing those things, it's like because like it kind of gives them a bit of a storyline and a bit of a thing, and I think the producers they zone in on stuff like that, so they make that a big part of what's happening in that episode. So when they do the what's called, it's like, oh, like they're 100% going home. But that being said, I feel like the other couples who were voting for the OG cast members, there was a lot of strategy going into it. 100% there was strategy going into it, because you've got to think Kaz and Tyler haven't been one of the public's favorites for a little while. Tyler's always in the bottom. Kaz was in the bottom out of the girls like a couple of weeks ago, and it's like I feel like there might be like elements of, all right, cool, if we vote for Faye and Teddy, potentially a lot of other people might vote for them as well, so we can get one of them out of it, and we should be safe. Because I think this week, I think Aaron and Mary, like based on the public's vote for their favorite couples, I think Aaron and Mary are going to be going home today. That's just my prediction. That's the Marcel's predictions. But going into the following week, well, this week now, it's basically there's going to be one couple that isn't going to make it into the final. Yeah. And if you can get rid of one of the other popular couples, you're more likely to make it to that final. Do you know what I mean? As one of the OGs.
Yeah. But you said in your column last week that this is when it starts getting
dog eat dog.
This is like down to the nitty gritty. You're in the final week. That £50,000 is almost within your reach.
Almost in your palms. You know what I mean?
If you think someone is strong competition, vote them out.
Get them out.
Get
them out. That's literally what I think they've done.
It's not Friend Island, is it? No?
That's the thing. But that being said as well, like Liberty trying to say to Teddy and Faye, you know what? It wasn't down to friendship. It wasn't down to who's my friend or whatever it is. But 100% the reason she didn't vote for Kaz and Tyler was it wasn't even in her mind, because that's her best mate. It was, you know what I mean? Like, but Faye obviously felt, we've been in it for 7 weeks. We're really close. Like, we've been in it together. Surely you're not going to vote for me. But it's a competition at the end of the day, and they are literally gonna start falling out. You're gonna see the divide. Like on my season, there was a massive divide in the final week. You could see like Chris, Kem, Olivia, and Amber would be chilling in one side of the thing. Me, Gabby, Jamie, and Camilla would be on the other side of the thing. And I think it was Montana and Alex were like the final. They were the fifth couple, and I think they didn't really have a place. So I think they kind of just faded out of it. But it was like, so you're gonna notice it more now. You're gonna see Kaz and Jake and Tyler and Liberty over one side doing their thing, and potentially Chloe and Toby, they kind of bounce about, because I think like they're everyone's friends. Do you know what I mean? I think they've got the personalities to be everyone's friends, but you're gonna see Faye and Teddy definitely separate themselves from the guys that voted them.
Yeah. We're going to ask some questions in a second, but just have to mention, because you brought Chloe up there, it just made us laugh so much last night, how her talent, she was like, oh, I'm great at maths. Got people to like ask her maths questions, and like the first one someone asked her was like 2 times 10 or something. Like, oh yeah, that's really going to test her.
Literally, it was 2 times 10. It was everything that had zeros on it. So all you had to do was just add the zeros to it. Then the moment someone said divided by 7,
she was like, no.
No, that's over. That's done for me. That's done for me. I do feel like the talent competition this year though, like I always got to compare it to my year. I feel like my year had super amounts of talent. I feel like there was some rip-offs. I'm not gonna lie, like obviously Teddy tried to rap. Obviously he's got nothing on run KMC. Do you know what I'm saying? We did our thing when it came to rapping. And then Faye tried to do what Olivia done, and it was a poor attempt at a roast.
But yeah, so speaking of islanders who've been dumped, obviously we've touched on it. Joe here is wondering if there's anybody who's been dumped who you would have liked to have seen more of. Did anybody go too soon for you?
Do you know what? The person I think went too soon was his name Chips? No. Chugs. Chips. No, there he is. That's my guy. You know what? Chugs, yeah. I thought his name was Chips. Like Chugs definitely, like he went into the villa at the wrong time. I feel like he went into the villa when I think what was it out of Rachel? It was Rachel he had to pick for a minute. It was no. It was Rachel who was picking him or Brad.
Yeah.
It was him or Brad, and she picked Brad, and then literally the following day, Brad was like, "See ya," and you know what I mean, and
where Chugs? God,
you know what I mean? Poor Chugs. I feel like Chugs definitely had like he had a vibe to him, and I feel like he could have definitely done so much more if he was in there with the right girl for him. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like he could have definitely done a lot more, but you know what I mean? It's the timing.
Yeah, definitely. Another great question, from Laura. Obviously, this last week in particular has been very, very dramatic for Jake and Liberty. Obviously, they were always seen as front runners, I guess, because they coupled up on day one. But they've blown it now. Well, Jake's blown it. They don't seem to be within a chance of winning now. Laura's asking, do you think Jake is faking his feelings for Liberty?
I think Jake has gone into the show with so much like pre-planning. He's gone into it with so much pre-planning, like the bracelets, all of these different things. And I think he knows that Liberty is 100% a public favorite. And the thing is, when bombshells come in, they tell you, like everyone loves you on the outside, everyone thinks you're amazing, everyone like they literally tell you these things. So if he's hearing those things, then I feel like potentially he's maybe clinging onto Libs and trying to force the feelings just so they seem really strong because all of the things that he's been trying to do, all the gestures and all of those things, is to make him look great. And there was a point, there was a moment when Tyler said, "Oh, like this is ridiculous." Tyler said to Kez, "Oh, he done the whole Love Actually thing with the towels," and I was like, "Bruv, come on." Like, make her your girlfriend if you're gonna make her something, bruv. Exclusive. You're exclusive in Love Island anyway. It doesn't mean anything because you've literally got one person that you're paired up with. It's not like you're going into Cash or More again. You've got one person you're paired up with. Anyway, I digress. Jake and Liberty. I think Jake is he does things for the cameras. There was a point when Kaz came down, he was like, no, stay here. So then when they come down to us, we'll get out like they'll get their moment they'll get a special moment on the TV because he didn't want to be mixed in with the crowd when they were doing their thing. And I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, use your real emotions. Don't start trying to do things just for the shot. It's mad. It's mad. You're thinking too much about it. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like when he's gone up to the roof with Liberty and she's like, I want to know how you feel and all these different things, and he's like, I love you. I've been meaning to say it for 2 weeks, but what was you waiting for? You was waiting for the moment to get your chance to do a big gesture, so for the TV, so you could be like, I love you. If you love someone, just say it to them. It's nicer to just express yourself in a real way than trying to like set things up for TV and make yourself look great by doing things. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's definitely faking it a bit.
No, definitely. I mean, obviously, we'll have to put Jake's defense across as well. I mean, you know, his dad has actually said that he's not intelligent enough to have this big game plan and to be faking his feelings for Liberty this long. Like, what do you make of that?
He's gone in there with magnet bracelets, and he's gone in there and trying to set up shots for himself. He knows what he's doing. He's probably like a Love Island super fan. He's probably studied Kem and was like, oh, Kem done this on this week, so I'm going to attempt to do that on this week as well. He's probably, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be smart to be able to copy what other people have done. Other people that have been successful on the show have done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
you don't need to be smart to do that.
He got roasted for it by Faye last night in the talent show.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it has all been done before. Like you say, it's not original, and yeah, it's strange. Like you say, why wouldn't you just say, I love you? Why did it need to be a big gesture? How did it take 2 weeks? Because I'm sorry, you're doing absolutely nout all day. You're
doing nothing.
By a pool, right? You've got nout to do, but go and tell a girl you love her, right? Nout. What's your problem?
Do you know what? I'm I'm gonna drop some serious knowledge right now, because like on my season, I told Gabby I loved the age like early, but there was a moment when I wanted to like do like a gesture, and sometimes you go into the booth and they ask you certain things, and then you can ask them, oh, like, I really want to do this, I really want to do that, and sometimes the producers say to you, oh, like, do you want to do you want to save that gesture for down the line? We've got a couple storylines running at the moment, so like we'll definitely come back to it, but like not at the moment. So maybe he said he wanted to do it, but the producers have said, all right, hold off, like you can do your gesture, but you've got to wait for it, because they knew they were going to do all of these dramas. Do you know what I mean? They were going to do the whole cinema screen thing. They were going to do all of these things to get that drama, because if he had done it early, then that drama might not have had the same impact. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God, that is so interesting. This is why we love Marcel. This inside info.
The info's there.
Julie's after some more inside info from you. She wants to know if the contestants get provided with like all the clothes they wear, the makeup and everything like that. Because the girls, you'll notice it more on the girls than the boys, but they never seem to wear like the same outfit twice, do they? So,
yeah. So
provided.
On my season, like my season was the season before everyone realized that Love Island was the show you need to get your brand on. Like before that, it was like we all had to buy our own clothes, like, and just have outfits ready. Do you know what I mean? Like, so the boys, we used to like kind of like swap jeans sometimes and all that kind of stuff. But I think now, if you notice, they got the hats with the R's and all of those different things. They're all provided by a brand that are in are collabing with Love Island, innit? So like basically, like they're gonna be given like a bunch of clothes before they go in, because there was always an issue with like branding on boxer shorts and all those different kind of things. So the boys all get sent boxer shorts now and all of those things. So it's not like they're promoting Calvin Klein or promoting Boss or whatever it is. They've all got the same. I don't know what the actual brand is, but it's like the thing with the R in it. So that they do get given their own.
Yeah,
their own
actually, they've all got them hats. Like, so
yeah.
you think, yeah, I'm looking at like everyone seems to have this hat in a different color.
No,
so
it's
you think, well, surely that's not a coincidence.
No, it's not a coincidence. It's a brand that's collabing with them. So I feel like maybe the girls, they might have a thing if they're going in there and they've already got management, which I'm guessing a lot of them do, because a lot of them are like influencers and that kind of stuff already. So they might have people, their agents might have reached out to brands and been like, she's going on, do you want to send her through a bunch of clothes and she'll wear the clothes. So like they'll be provided things, but there's obviously toiletries and all the stuff that's already in there as well.
You should be given clothes during the time in that as well, though, because you only get one suitcase. I'm sorry, but there's no way in hell any girl, right, is going on an 8-week holiday with one poxy suitcase. That is
Do you know what? Like so on my season there was one big suitcase and one small suitcase, but like midway through the show, like if you've been there for a long amount of time, they do it like for us they done like an ASOS order, so we could go in there and pick like I think we had like £100 or something like that to spend on clothing. But like I think for us it was like once it got to like the 4th week, if you'd been in there for 4 weeks, then you could think it. Then once you get to like the 7th week, then if you got to the final, you could order something else for the final.
Order something special. So you're not allowed to like read the news or anything like that, but you can do it online shop. Great.
Exactly. You can exactly. You know what I mean? Like it's all about the fashion. Do you know what I mean? Who cares about the news?
So Jo is back. She's wondering about Toby. So obviously he started off playing the field quite a bit. He's gone through like, you know, he's had a few girls on his arm. But now he's with Chloe and says that he's realised he should have been with her all along. She wants to know if you think they're going to survive as a couple once they leave the villa.
Do you know what? Toby, I call him Toby now. Toby and Chloe are my favorite couple. They are 100% my favorite couple, because like Toby obviously started off like he didn't have a clue what he was doing. He was jumping into things. He was making bad decisions. But if you watch Toby now, Toby has grown so much. He's everyone in the experience, he's grown as a man so much, because now he was the one who was like he basically done a Dr. Marcel, like when Jake was having his moment and he pulled him to the side and was like, bro, I don't think you should do that. I think you need to calm down and deal with you and Liberty rather than trying to go off and have an argument with Faye and Chloe. And I was like, who is this? Is this the same Toby? Because Toby didn't know how to handle his own situations. Now he's coaching people how to handle theirs. And I was quite proud, I'm not gonna lie. But I do feel they like of all the couples, because they both live quite close to each other. I think they live quite close to each other. I feel like they have the potential to be a proper couple, but we've all seen how Toby acts in certain situations, and if he's out there in the real world when he's not in the bubble anymore, he might still have them play a ways to himself. But at the moment, he's doing a really good job at being a better man.
Yeah, definitely. Just quickly before we get to Anne's question, there was something that I wanted to talk to you about, because again, with the inside info, you gave me this little tidbit this week and I was creased, okay? So I said to you, for me, the best bit about Jake's like tantrum when he stormed off was that we got to see this little bit of the villa we've never seen before. I want to tell everybody what that was.
So basically, obviously, everyone sees the Love Island bathroom. There is a toilet in that bathroom. It's right next to the shower, but there's a lot of like motion. There's a lot of traffic in there.
Yeah.
So when Jake had his tantrum and he went off to the little private toilet, that's the toilet where everyone goes to poo. Do you know what I mean? literally everyone goes to poo there because like literally it's off, it's
Yeah.
discreet. No one's gonna hear you. Do you know what I mean? No one's gonna hear you. Like everyone use that toilet to poo in. The one in the one upstairs, if you tried to poo in there and someone walked in, you wouldn't want to walk out the door. Do you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh shit, I'll wait for them to go. Bloody hell, no. Like, where's Marcel? Like, where's Marcel? And everyone's like, oh, like
Little bit
everyone's waiting outside the door, just waiting for me to come out the toilet. Just like, no.
Yeah, and I know it's very immature. I'm 32 and I am laughing about poo, but look, poo's always funny no matter how old
It
you
is
get.
always, it's always funny.
So back to Anne's question on a more serious note. She wants to know who you think is going to win overall. I mean, you've already said Jake's blown his chance now, hasn't he?
Jake has blown his chance, but Jake is going to get to the final. 100, like Jake and Liberty are 100% getting to the final, just off of the basis of they've been the couple for the longest time, and Liberty is very popular. Do you know what I'm saying? She's a very popular person. I feel like Jake has hindered his chances at them winning, but they're getting to the final. I feel like Liam and Millie are going to get to the final, even though they're not my favorite couple, but they are a lot of people's favorite couple. But I don't know. There's just that thing just looming over them of Liam went crazy in Casa Amor and then came back and like it just got brushed under the carpet really quickly. And I don't think that like for me, I don't know if I'm buying it really. I feel like maybe it might just be we want to get to the final of the show. Let's just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? I would hope that Chloe and Toby win. That's who I want to win the show. Hands down, that's who I want to win the show. Faye and Teddy were my favorite couple, but again, there was the big blow up. Like, I didn't like the way that everyone voted for them based on the fact of that blow up when a lot of the people have done worse things and they just seem to be being overlooked in regards to compatibility. But I think Kaz and Tyler, I was really backing Kaz. I was really hoping that she was gonna find someone. Found Tyler, but I feel like their relationship again is one of those relationships where madness has happened, they brush it under the carpet, and I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. So I feel like for me, Chloe and Toby, potentially Teddy and Faye and Millie and Liam, but I feel like it's going to be out of Millie and Liam and Chloe and Toby who wins.
Yeah, it is interesting because every couple has had quite a turbulent life. Like nobody's had just plain sailing,
yeah,
couple up and perfect bliss the whole time. So as one of the other things I did want to talk to you about as well, speaking of the turbulence, obviously, as we've said last night, there was a lot of arguing in the villa about this vote, and Faye in particular was really, really angry and kicking off, ended up in tears because she was so upset that people she thought were her friends were saying that her and Teddy weren't compatible. And obviously that's not exactly what people were saying. It was least compatible compared to other people. Did Faye have a right to kick off about this, or should she have just let it go?
Do you know what? I feel like for me, I feel like she definitely had a right to kick off about it. I know everyone's like, oh, like it's only your vote, but it's your friends voting on your relationship, and it's people that were basically saying to her. So for me, Millie was the worst culprit of this, because obviously I think Liberty and Kaz, they're the pals, but they've obviously known Faye for like for 7 weeks. Like, she's in the villa with them. You get bonds with them. But Millie was the girl who was saying to Faye, "Nah, babes, you've not done nothing wrong." When she was blowing up at Teddy, she was like, "Nah, babe, you've not done nothing wrong. I totally understand where you're coming from." 2 days later, she's like, not even 2 days later, a day later, she's like, "Do you feel like you made a mistake yesterday?" Like, and then I was like, all right, so she's flip-flopping. Then she's like, all right, I feel like you need to go and get him back. Like, I'm going to help you out to get him back and all these different things. I'm like, all right, cool. So she's being a mate. Then 2 days later, well, I'm saying 2 days later, a couple of days later, it's like, no, do you know what? Like, they're not compatible. I don't think they're right. She shouts and all of this stuff, and I'm like, you're not a mate. Do you know what I mean? You're not actually being a mate. You like you don't need friends who are just going to tell you what you want to hear at the moment that is happening. You want friends that are going to be real with you and say to you, look, do you know what? I feel like you're kicking off too much now. Calm down and just like don't just don't escalate it. That's what she needed to hear, but she didn't hear that. She got encouraged. Then when they was all cheering and they were kissing and getting back together, like that's all fake, because they didn't really believe in them. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that's hurt them. The fact that people have been fake to their face. And for me, Teddy, I feel like in the villa, Teddy's very much like I was in the villa. He's very calm, very chill, wants to talk everything through and see sense out of all situations. So for me, I think the bro code for him was kind of broken, because Tyler and Teddy, like I felt like they had like a connection, because they would always be with each other, always be like talking about situations and all those things. And for Tyler to like not even like be like, no, like you can't vote for Teddy, like, do you know what I mean? Like he's like there was no reason for them to vote for him, like in regards to loyalty. So I think that's why they're aggrieved, rather than like, yeah, they might not be the most compatible, but I think that's why they're aggrieved, because they've been shown that the loyalties that they thought that they had don't really exist, and nothing hurts more than your friend doing something horrible to you.
Yeah. Well, look, we've only got a few days left to find out who is going to be the winner of Love Island 2021. So place your bets now, everybody. Apologies if we didn't get to your question during this, but look, it's not over. Join me one more time next week.
Oh yeah.
Discuss everything that happened in the final, who won, share our thoughts. We'll get Marcel all over it, right? We'll be back.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.